Miami, 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 Miami. It feels like Miami.
Oh, can I talk now? Frankie, I was on fire.
Go.
Those were my best takes, and I was muted. I was killing Terry. I was killing Spo. I was killing Jimmy. Anyway, welcome to the Miami Heat Beat post game show. I am your host, Alphonse City, aka Alf 9554444. It is so late. This is like the second time I've stumbled out the blocks because I'm so fucking tired. And thank God this trip is over. I wish it could have ended in a win, but it didn't. If you stayed up late and you are watching live on YouTube or Twitch, God bless you. I mean, for real, God bless you, for staying up this late. And if you are on YouTube or Twitch, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you are listening to the podcast tomorrow morning on your way to work, thank God, because I don't know why you'd want to relive this shit. But we love you guys the most because that's where we make all of our money, Frankie.
Yes, it is.
And we need to get paid.
We broke.
I can't even afford a real room to do this podcast in. I'm in a cold garage in Atlanta. It's like 20 degrees outside. Anyway, with me today, we have Frankie G, the man in the chair.
What is up? What is up?
Always looking like you got you're doing some big time hacking takeovers in that room. Like there's monitors everywhere.
Yep, past the firewall.
I'm telling you, it's like an Ocean's 11 thing going on in there. It's ridiculous. I don't know what you're planning, but it seems big. And we also got Kyle. We'd like to call him Specs.
What's going on?
What's happening? Kyle's back from out of the country. So welcoming Kyle back in from his month-long vacation where he just has not appeared on the show. All right, guys, let's get into this game and let's make this shit quick because I'm tired. You know what I mean? I ran out of juice in the second half just like the Heat did. Frankie, man, they started on fire. Tyler could not be stopped. Tyler played well the whole game. But defensively, they were in sync. Everything was rolling. And then here comes the third quarter once again.
Yeah, the adjustments by the Lakers, they figured out the zone. You were talking before the show. You said the Heat stayed in the zone way too long.
Yep.
Got punched in the mouth in the third. Only scored 19 points. Tyler, they were relying a little bit too much on Tyler there. Put some pressure on him that forced some of the turnovers. And he, his hot shooting cooled off. But yeah, man, it comes down to it. Too many turnovers. The Lakers shot 17 more shots than them. He only shot 4 or 5 shots at the rim for the game. That's how you blow leads. You turn the ball over, you can't get easy buckets. Get some cold shooting. You didn't get to the line as much. Only 15 attempts. You needed something, and this is why they continue to blow leads. But I mean, this is good for the young team. They got opportunities. Jaime got a lot of reps. Ware had a really great stint in the first quarter. Slowed down a little bit, but had a lot of great highlights.
Kyle, someone in the chat says Tyler scores a lot, but he does not make this team better. That's horseshit. I don't know how many times he tried single-handedly to stop runs, and nobody else on this team could do anything. Even his turnovers, to Frankie's point, a lot of those turnovers were just because there was so much pressure on him because nobody else can get anything going. Because the other perimeter player that they're paying to do anything is a complete no-show. I don't know how Terry has gotten worse, but he's literally gotten worse.
If he doesn't dribble a basketball for the Miami Heat ever again after this game, I would be grateful to not see him dribble. Not in practice, nowhere. Not in Miami on a pickup game. I don't want to see him dribble a ball in Miami anymore. It's just bad basketball. It's not smart basketball. I'm sick of taking step backs are supposed to create space, not make less space. And He's just
No. Oh, okay. You want to talk about creating less space? I promised the YouTube audience I was going to play these clips from last game. Frankie, what do you got? Let's just. I know this is the last game, but I needed to watch. I needed to put this out there visually, and I need us to laugh. Here's Terry on the perimeter.
This play is horrendous.
Gets the pick. Oh, boom. All right. Lots of dribbling for no reason. Oh, wide open three. Oh my God. This is insane. A wide open three. Okay. He steps into the defense. Did he think this
man
a fly by?
Why? Is he allergic to open shots? He has
Yes.
to be allergic to open shots.
I literally have never seen that in my goddamn life. Kyle.
He starts the possession 20 seconds on the clock. Look how much clock he burns before he does 7 seconds before he does anything. He gives the ball up with 8 seconds
first
left.
pass, yes, with 8 seconds left. Now it's a fucking grenade. That is amazing.
This is why I have the name of my Twitter that the way that this man has low intangibles. Just no grasp of the game at all. No basketball IQ that connects him to the floor and what's going on it. Which is why he can't point guard, and he's playing point guard. Like, it drives me nuts. Like, the grief that people give Russell Westbrook is the grief we should be giving Terry Rozier. This is bad basketball.
Nobody cares about Terry Rozier enough. The only people that Terry Rozier is on their radar is
there's one guy in the chat that really cares about not today, the other day.
Well, the Heat's front office is the only one that had Terry on their radar. Where's the other play? That my second favorite play. You got two more? Okay.
Yeah.
Which one is this? Oh, wide open Nico. Nothing. Those are grenade to Duncan. Double team. Boom. Oh, gets by his man. And for some reason does the pullback.
Oh, my goodness. What is he learning? The tango? Brother, make the definitive move. Please.
Look at Jovic. Look at Jovic right there.
Nah, brother, that's too easy.
Nah, look at this jump pass bullshit. Then boom. Oh, boom. Oh, hit him with the hezzy, blah, 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 bullshit, tween crap, nonsense.
And if you look at the bench, you expect if someone's going to make a move like that they would want to convert the move.
Look at Pell. Look at Pell when he crosses over. Look at Pell right here.
Like, why?
Fuck.
Why?
And here's your favorite one. This was just for pleasure.
Look, boom. Oh, wow.
Ran out of talent.
It's honestly, anytime he dribbles the ball too much, he just loses his fucking mind. Oh, listen, you heard E. Reed tonight when he hit that, when he hit the step back, and E. Reed was like, brick.
He contractually cannot say brick, but he's like, ooh, way off. That's brick for E. Reed.
Oh my God. Anyway, so we talked a little. I want to get this done quick. So we talked a little bit about the zone. I felt like they. I mean, it's LeBron James. It's Anthony Davis. You want to talk about a zone killer? Like after Nikola Jokic, it's Anthony Davis. Like, and they spammed it way too long. They rode it way too long in the fourth quarter. When it was time for crunch time, they just needed a D up. They didn't do it. I thought they brought Hayward back in a little bit too late. But Kyle, you brought up something that you thought maybe tonight would have been the night to try the Where Bam lineup, and we saw it for 31 seconds.
Here's my thing: I'm not asking for long stints, and I've said this to you guys. I don't want it. I don't need it for long stints. But if you give us 5 minutes in the game total. 5 minutes in the game total, 2 minutes and 50 seconds in the first half, 2 minutes and 50 seconds in the second half. There you go. Somewhere in the 5 minute range. And you give them some sample size to at least have some like, hey, maybe this could work at some point. And my reason for it working is if you see that they have, for instance, Rui's 6'8". Tyler guarding him in the zone, not going to work well. So I'm not saying whoever is not playing that Rozier or who else did they have on the floor there? Was it Burke towards the end?
I think
Yeah.
Burks.
Swap that out. You let Bam do what he does best on defense, which is being able to switch, and you say to Ware out of checking in, hey, look, your man is Anthony Davis. Don't care what they switch. Your man, because clearly Spo doesn't trust him to do anything else. Your only thing is to box out Anthony Davis, contest as much as you can without fouling, and rebound the damn ball. That's it. And let Bam do his thing, because at the very least, he can cover some of the holes defensively. I don't know what Spo's like trepidation is, but he saw it for 31 seconds and was like, whoa, no. Could never happen again.
Yeah, I don't get why some guys, we talk about all the time, why some guys are earning minutes. I will say Terry only 24 minutes tonight. I was like, finally Spo learned something and took Terry out with, I think it was like 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And I was fully expecting him to come back in. And then like after we can't score for an entire quarter, he finally puts Duncan back in. I'm like, for what? At this point, like the shit is done, you know. It's but you know, overall, like I think we saw some good things tonight. I mean, we saw Kel'el Ware block Anthony Davis. We saw, Tyler Hero score on LeBron James. We saw Jovic do a lot of good things. Like, to me, tonight isn't a total loss, but it's one of those things where it's frustrating because, frankly, it's a winnable game, right? You had chances in that fourth quarter, even after the comeback, to do something. And then, you know, and I'm gonna kill him again. Bam Adebayo. One thing when you saw with Kel'el Ware, there were some easy buckets. We don't get anything easy. And Bam is supposed to be the guy to get you a couple easy buckets. Bam wasn't giving you anything towards the end of the game, or pretty much for the entire game. And like, he needs to step up in fourth quarters. It can't just be all Tyler Hero.
Right. And only I think it was 7 shots for the game from Bam.
Yeah.
Like, that's not enough. Like, he needs to get more touches and more opportunities. There are a couple times where they miss him on lobs. Like Kyle, we talked about, there was one where he was ready to jump and Nico didn't look his way. And the thing about Ware is that there's a lot, they're not great passers on this team. So Ware just gives them a huge target. They just throw it up and he's gonna get it. And they don't try that with Bam for some reason. I think it's because they don't see him. But he starts rolling hard and gets there and they don't throw it up to him. So missed opportunities to get some easy ones. Only took 4 shots from 2. I got a couple free throws, got 4 free throws from him. Like, it's not enough. Like, he needs to be way more involved. He was involved very early, first stint, 7 points in the first, and then just went away from him. And didn't force the issue. Would have liked to try to get him going in the fourth quarter. And they didn't do anything. They run a DHO offense, a lot of late clock too, man. And that's where they get a lot of into a lot of trouble, because they have nobody that can beat their man off the dribble. So they're taking a lot of contested shots, a lot of bad looks, forcing the issue. Bam had one of the times that I think it was Burks hit Bam on a pocket pass inside. He got swarmed on the double team, turned it over.
3 of them.
Yeah. He got swarmed. I think it was Braun had a deflection on it, a bad turnover there, and that was a killer. But like, you need something out of him. You need some easy shots from him to get him going. And he just didn't get the job done for flatly.
And I think somebody pointed out, and this isn't just this game. When Bam got the ball, he got that lob Portland game, and he ended up falling pretty hard. That pass or that particular like action isn't the first time it's happened. When Bam goes up for a lob, players take up space where he should be able to land after he gets the lob. So I think players might be on this team at least hesitant. I mean, we saw what happened with Jovic trying to do something similar. Bam's not 7 foot. So, there's going to be some noticeable bump if you bump a 7-footer. With Bam, he's 6'9". Guys will just stand in the space. Now, it doesn't look like a foul, but it should be a foul if the same way if a guy takes a 3 and you land underneath him, that's a foul. It should be the same thing if a guy doesn't have space to land on a lob it should be a foul. It isn't a foul, and Bam has a weird whistle. I'm not saying it's a bad whistle. It's not a Duncan whistle on offense, but it is a weird whistle because most of his shots come at the rim, and he does not get as many. He should be averaging 9 free throws a game, in my opinion, on average.
Yeah.
Should be 9 free throws a game. I feel like he had some rhythm going early on, to Frankie's point. I feel like he sat for too long. Like there was a stretch where he just was not.
I wonder if because there was times he was grimacing. That's one reason I don't want to kill Bam too much. It was times he was grimacing up and down the court tonight.
That back, and remember the back issue isn't a new issue. He's had a back injury.
And you know how I know it was an issue? Because Kel'el Ware played 18 minutes. He played. You could tell like there's something had to be going on because Kel'el was out there for longer stints, and honestly he played well, so it didn't really hurt them.
That first stint was tremendous.
But it just says to me that Bam wasn't right? But they just have if Bam isn't right, Bam isn't scoring, they just don't have, they just you're hoping Alec Burks gets hot. You're hoping Duncan will get out of this funk. I mean, God, he's been awful from 3. I think he was 3 for 19 coming into tonight, and he went 0 for 4 tonight. So yeah. I mean, just do the math. But you're relying on all these guys, and it just quite frankly isn't enough.
Right. That's why, like you mentioned, Highsmith coming in late. Like I was thinking the same thing. Like if you're trying to win, Highsmith needs to be in early. Like you needed a defender there, and especially since you're not playing Pell, and he's the only one that's really capable on the perimeter, even if he's had his ups and downs. But like Jaime, like this is development minutes. Like you always say, Alf. Like he's getting the reps, even good or bad. Like you need to see it. You need to see what he's got. He's had a really good road trip. I was hoping he would break out of it today, but he struggled most of the game today. Really didn't give him. They were picking on him early, and until they went zone, they were pretty much getting whatever shot they wanted. Lakers, even though the Heat led early, Lakers still put up 34 points in the first, 54 in the first half.
But Frankie, I feel like we used to switch up our defense. Like we used to go to zone, and I won't even say sparingly because we went zone a lot more than any other. We've always gone zone more than other teams. But it was we would switch it up. You never knew what you were getting into, and we weren't letting teams get comfortable. And it's just like, why now? Like even when Highsmith came back in, and you had Bam and Highsmith on the floor, and I think it was Bam, Highsmith, Jovic, Burks, and Tyler. I mean, you can go man with that lineup. It's Austin Reeves. Tyler can stay in front of Austin Reeves. Like, come on, they just needed some pressure. I think someone pointed out in the chat or on the timeline, one of the possessions they let the Lakers take 11 seconds off the clock because they didn't apply full court pressure. Right. I don't understand why we've decided that zone is our primary defense and we're just never going to switch it up.
And
Go ahead.
And I think if we're going to play zone, and this is not so much a personnel, like I have a fave for this particular personnel, but with this particular game, I thought we would have saw Kashad a little bit, just size wise. If you're gonna have Rui out there, Kashad's about maybe 2 inches shorter, but physicality wise, just somebody else who, if you're gonna take Highsmith off the floor, you pop him in there, and it gives you some continues. Obviously, he's not the same defender as Highsmith at this particular point, but you want to match size with size. I thought he would have been out there with Ware, with Jovic, just to play defense, grab rebounds, play with some energy. I think that's where I'm kind of weird about the minutes. I think y'all mentioned the minutes earlier. If you're gonna do this, this thing with the youth thing, play your guys. Guys. The whole like a guy's not play your guys. Like you don't. Jimmy's not here,
and I don't care who's not ready. It can't be worse than Terry, right? Like to me, that's the one. Of course, Terry, and then even like a guy like Burks. Like, what are we doing here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like Burks, but if you're gonna play
this game where you need Christie is 6'7". I'm just saying, like, match the size you're playing against.
But the problem you run into with that is that you need a shooter out there because the guys that like they have too many one-dimensional guys again. Like this is I do think it's a personnel problem because Alf, when you mentioned like the when they used to be versatile man defense zone 1-3-1 3-2 2-3 press, they had Gabe, they had Caleb, they had Max, they had guys who even if they weren't great defenders, they weren't negative defenders, and at their best they were positive. Now you're hiding Duncan, you're hiding Tyler, you're hiding Terry, you're hiding Jaime most of the time. You're hiding Burks. You're hiding Burks. Like that's your Nico. It does great in a zone. Where's being hidden in the zone too. Like they're exclusively playing Ware and Nico in the bench lineups in the zone. They haven't played man in like 4 or 5 games. Like they don't have the personnel to like trust that. And I think they should. I think just fuck it, like go. But Spo's trying to like limit the potential for bad as much as possible.
I think, like Frankie, I think you just said something that it's kind of striking me this year. I feel like Spo's coaching scared. Like he's coaching
safe.
He's just coaching super safe, super conservative. Like doesn't want to try anything. Like where it used to be like Spo would put out some funky ass lineups. Spo would try some strange shit. Like right now, I feel like Spo just like zone, tried and true guys like Terry and Burks, and even Duncan to a certain extent, right? Like if Duncan's not hitting, like why don't we see Pella a little bit more?
Hell, Josh Christopher at least
something
like just throw a wrench out there. Like I feel like there's this like this.
Yeah, I know. I said tried and true. Okay,
there's this like hesitancy to
just
play.
Tried maybe.
Like on other teams with younger guys, they don't let them play wild and out of control, but they say, "Hey, look, this is what I need you to do when you go out there." And they play deep into their roster because they realize, "Hey,
but see,
I'm not gonna know when I'm gonna get this."
Kyle, this team has an identity crisis, right? They're still coaching and they're coaching and they're conducting themselves like they're contenders, right? Like doing everything they can not to lose a game instead of going out there and trying to win a game. And if you lose, you lose. Who gives a fuck? You're not that good anyway.
And to your point, trying not to lose a game, you're still going to lose a game.
Yes.
That's how basketball works. If you have less points, try not to lose the game doesn't matter. You're going to lose the game.
But that's what we saw tonight with the zone. Oh, we don't want anybody to get picked on. Oh, we don't have the best defenders out there. No, man the fuck up, right? Yep. Or like, throw something out there. Like you got outcoached by JJ Redick, who's been getting outcoached by everybody this year, right? Like it's just, to me, it's like, why are you are approaching this season, these games like you are going to win something. Like they need to be seeing what these young guys can give you. And I do applaud them. They've been playing the young guys a little bit more. But to me, like Pella over Burks or Pella over Terry, or, letting these guys play some man-on-man defense. And if they get burnt, they get burnt. But to watch them continuously get backdoor dunks, offensive rebounds, Anthony Davis just sitting in the middle of the zone. Like, to me, that's why I'm not pissed at the turnovers. Mm-hmm. Like the turnovers don't bother me because you tried something. It's annoying, right? But to me, to watch a team grow, turnovers aren't going to piss me off as bad as puss ass coaching and like just scared coaching and scared play. Like that shit's going to drive me crazy.
Yeah, in season, like this is pretty much what they got. Like we don't expect them to get a huge return after. We still don't know how that's going to resolve itself if they're still threatening to bring him back. So we don't know. But like with what you got, find out what you got. Let them expand their wings, but coach them up.
You can't if you think you're about to make some fucking finals run.
Right. Exactly right. Like you need to like Nico's gonna fucking turn the ball over, but he's gonna get better. Or you're gonna find out that he's not good enough. That's what you need to find out.
And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say with Jaime, I love his energy. Keep playing Jaime. I don't care how bad he is. Like you just gotta understand that this somebody said we need 30 and 11 spoke, 30 and 11 spoke, not playoff spoke. Exactly.
And to that point, I'm gonna say this. the talent on this team is better than the talent on that 30-11 team.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Wait.
There are some outliers.
They're missing a Goron. They're missing a Goron.
Yeah,
Okay,
Goron
that's
so big.
see,
Like Tyler's been
that's why I said there are outliers. There are outliers because there's no Goron on this team right now.
But and Dion Waiters is better than Terry.
Yeah, I will agree with that. I'll take that. But I feel like he's playing like, I don't know. I feel like his mind's not as fresh as it was to trying new things at this stage, which is weird because you should always be reinventing yourself as like there's some basis foundational things of your core values as a coach, but there should be reinventing so that you don't get stale and left behind in the league. Especially if you're going to have young guys on your roster. There's like 8 guys, if I'm correct. The number is 8 young guys under, I think they're all under 25. If there was a Goran on this team, I'd be grateful. I'll take Goran minutes now over Terry minutes. Just to have a proper point guard on the floor. But I feel like he hasn't had a fully young squad in such a long time.
13
that he's not playing them with.
So somebody in the chat says, I think he's just tired of what he's got on the roster, and
that coaches don't think like fans. Okay,
I don't think Spo thinks like
this
that.
Is Alf. Typically, you're the one who rants. It's my turn. It's my turn today. It's my turn. I am absolutely sick and tired of fans going, "Oh, the team must have this this particular perspective about this roster." Listen, you want a new team? I agree with you. Fine. Like, it would be nice to have fresh faces. I'm not opposed to that. But thinking that players and coaches think the way that fans do is ridiculous. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Spo can't say, "Oh, man, I hate every last one of you guys on this roster. I wish I could 2K trade you." Like, that's just not how basketball works, people. It's not how it works. He has to work with what he has. He has to make it work. And granted, he does have some decision-making, like, ability or power to do it. But, like, thinking that you're just going to, like, call somebody up on the phone and say, "Hey, you better take my trade. Here's a trade override." Like, that's just not basketball. That's not how that works.
UK ruined hoops.
The funny thing is, if you want to talk about tired of the roster, he has a bunch of new guys.
Yeah.
My GM doesn't make you a good GM, guys. Let me just throw that out there.
And Alf, to wrap it up on the young guy, like it's just sometimes like I feel like Spo is a little too like I want these young guys to get coach hard and stuff. But I remember when Luke Babbitt was here, he's empowering Luke Babbitt. He's shoot that shit from 35 feet. That's Luke fucking Babbitt. He is what he fucking is.
Because they knew they weren't any good.
Exactly. And but they think they're good. And
it's an identity crisis.
This is exactly what you're saying. Like, they need to just, hey, go Jaime, go at these guys. Nico, go at them. Where? Go at them. Like, they need to let everybody go. Everybody needs to play loose. They play so fucking tight.
But speaking of coaching, I got to coach Kyle on the rant before we get to some plays.
Please.
Kyle, when you rant, first of all, you got to point. You got to call out like somebody specifically in the chat.
Yes.
Call them a fucking idiot. There's got to be a lot more expletives. Like, you have to talk about their mothers. Like, you just got. I mean, you got to really go in. Like, that wasn't a rant. That was like this. That was you with a slightly raised tone. A rant, no, bro. Like, you got to find Steph in the chat and just call Steph every fucking name in the book. Tell him he's a fucking idiot that doesn't know anything about fucking basketball because you're in the fucking chat defending Terry fucking Rozier, who we just played 3 of the fucking worst plays of the fucking season. That's how you rant, and that was me toned down. So you listen. I'm Spo right now. Just listen. You're playing safe. You're playing safe.
Yep. Exactly.
Call Steph out of his fucking name. Anyway.
No, you know what it is? This was Kyle like screaming in his car, but the windows are up. He didn't roll his window down and fucking let that guy hear it. He's saying,
no.
Dang it. God dang it, man.
But let's go. Listen, let's play some plays. Let's end on a good note. Which one is this?
This is the hero and one.
Oh,
he said, "Get off me, white boy."
Oh, there was a lot of white on white crime today.
Yeah,
a lot of white.
I like the slow Euro that's coming. That's been kind of running around recently.
It was so gentle too. It was
slow Euro. What are you talking about, Luka?
That little slow. Jalen Wells has been using it. This 1 foot slow. That is the slowest Euro I think I've ever seen.
Kyle, this is also coaching. You got to listen to the joke. He said slow Euro. What do you mean? Luca? Come on. You didn't even acknowledge it. You're too basketball focused.
All right, next.
This was Tyler really heat checking it, pulling up from deep in transition. That was money. Beautiful. This is when they really had their backs against the wall.
Now he was stopping runs like crazy.
Bang.
He was just, I mean, every time they needed a big shot, and then it just he ran out of gas in the fourth quarter, and they were keying in on him, and nobody else could do shit. Thanks, Bam.
This was off the inbound. Tyler gets a steal right here. High mid deflection, takes it, says, "All right, you gonna give me this?" Bang.
I love that because we can't score at the rim in transition. So
exactly,
honestly, us pulling up from three, I don't care if it's 5-on-1. It's probably a better idea than trying to take a layup.
Great deflection by Jaime too to create that. Then before we get to the big highlights, look at Highsmith.
Oh, I loved it.
Oh, the move. Oh,
this is on LeBron and AD. Spins off LeBron to get the space. Nice floater off the glass. AD almost fucking rips his ACL.
If that was Jaime, he would have got stripped. he
would have thrown it off the glass.
He did the spin move strip again today.
He did. And then here's your two favorites, Alf. This is you fucking texted me for this.
Oh, look at this.
Give me that.
White on white crime is a problem in this country.
Duncan said, "Give me that."
Look at the stupid headband.
He said, "Colonizer, get out of here." One more time.
Take that shit back to the suburbs, bitch.
And your favorite right here.
Oh,
excuse me.
Bitch, get off my man's Duncan. Fuck threes.
I really thought they were going to go on a run after this.
I was like, oh, it's going to ignite him. He's going to hit a couple threes. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. But this is not AD too. Woo!
Look at the elevation. I mean, that man dunked that thing easily. Like, come on now.
You forget he's 6'7".
You really do.
6'7".
He doesn't play like it. That's why.
Sometimes like defensively, when they have a big lineup out there and Duncan's like your shooting guard, and they got like that's why I want Duncan, Highsmith, Jovic, and Bam. Like this, they look like a fucking big team. Like, and it's like, oh shit, like they have size on this team when they play. And then you throw out Tyler, and I mean Tyler's the smallest guy out there, but it I don't know, it looks so much better to me than when Terry's out there. But it does.
And they like, even when I feel we haven't seen a lot of Duncan, Tyler, Bam recently since during this whole road trip. And that gets them all going. Like that line has been real productive. Like it takes a lot of the pressure off of Tyler because you can run actions for Bam and Duncan. They have great chemistry, gets them both going.
And Frankie, you know how much I've hated that backcourt, and I've been proven wrong. But it's like
I think it's also a lot harder without Jimmy. But I still try. Like Terry's not giving much resistance on defense there.
No. If I had to say, and I know this isn't typically this pod's thing, and I know we got to end. If they're whatever they trade for, they need a big that forces Spo to play with Bam, and then a point guard, and that really should be
their 1,000%. Their entire focus. First of all, no, their entire focus really should be getting draft picks.
Right.
Like really, honestly, playing 8 seed, 4 seed, 5 seed, like the ceiling on this team is really give them a run for their money in that second round. The ceiling. Most likely it's going to be play an exit or a first round exit. So the most important thing is draft picks. And to your point, point guard, right?
Yeah.
And if there is a small trade for a backup big, I just don't want another Thomas Bryant on this fucking team. But
he's hooping.
Oh, of course.
He's back home, so
yeah. No, but I think I just to compare the situation to the Raptors. Like the Raptors are obviously a horrible team, but since they got Emmanuel Quickley back, a guy who can play the point and lead the offense, they're playing so much better. They just fucking beat Boston tonight Yeah, after getting blown out by them by 50 like a couple weeks ago. So like it makes a difference. Like, you know, I know positionless basketball is the thing, but like you need somebody who knows situation, get your guys involved, get them involved.
You
in
need
their
somebody not
area.
you need somebody not Terry Rozier that dribbles a ball to 8 seconds left in the shot clock and then starts throwing grenades to guys
Right.
like Bam and Tyler. Like, you know, I think you said it, Frankie. He passes the ball just to get it back.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those, like, whoop, whoop, and he's waiting right there for it. And another thing I just saw tonight is like the spacing was off between Tyler, Terry, and Bam tonight. Like this shit just does not work with those three. I know they're like coming into the night, they were like 3-1 with that starting lineup. Look who they beat. Like, can we go back and look who they fucking beat? Like part of like these vibes being great has been playing shitty teams.
Yeah.
Like it's not that you've been playing well.
Like
Like
you squeezed by Utah. You didn't even like blow them out. And that was supposed to be a signature win.
The two best teams that you faced, the Lakers and the Clippers, you lost.
I mean, it did be a Golden State on this trip, so
but Golden State's been sucking.
Yeah, they've been worse than the Heat. Like my brother-in-law is a Golden State fan, and we watched him games when he was here. I was like, oh my god, it feels like I'm watching a Heat game. Like, it literally I just feel like I'm watching Tyler / Steph Curry just be out there by himself.
No Klay Thompson. You know what? That's what the Heat are missing. If Tyler is supposedly watching Steph's shot diet, there is no Klay Thompson on his team.
Man, they were starting him with Duncan, and it looked good. Like they were, you know, they weren't the Splash Brothers, but whatever the opposite of brothers is. They were not that, but they were
Splash Crackers.
Oh, see, I wasn't gonna say.
Kyle made a funny.